Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today's phrase is to be crowned. To be crowned. Now, you probably know the literal meaning, and that's when someone comes along and, of course, puts a crown on your head to make you the king of a particular country. But we also use this as a synonym for informal recognition of a good thing or a bad thing. Let me give you some examples. After his impressive performance at the bar, his workmates referred to him as King of Karaoke. He was crowned the King of Karaoke. In the office, John was affectionately crowned the tech guru. In their circle of friends, she was crowned as the bookworm for her voracious appetite for reading. After her viral dance video, she was quickly crowned the dancing queen by social media fans. Among his colleagues, he was crowned the office's most popular person because of his consistent performance in helping people. Among her peers, she was crowned the fashionista for her sense of style and trend-setting outfits. So she was named, she was crowned, is the same thing. But we're talking here about reputation, not about formal recognition. No one's coming with a crown or a certificate, although maybe if you had a competition, a formal competition, that could happen. But it's just a way of how we refer to other people. Now, there's a news story in our media today which says London has been crowned the UK's worst party town. London has been crowned the UK's worst party town. Now, it doesn't mean that anyone's coming with a bouquet of flowers or crown to give to the London government. In fact, this isn't a compliment, this is quite an insult. So it's just a way of talking about the results of a survey or what people are saying. Yesterday, I was explaining about Gatwick Airport now being awarded, in a metaphorical sense, the title of the most delayed airport. So we could say Gatwick Airport has been crowned the airport with the most delays. But there's no award given, unless, of course, it was a formal competition. It's just a way of speaking. So imagine the funniest man in the office. Maybe you know him as the office joker. Perhaps he's been named as the office joker by you and your colleagues. Maybe that's the way you recognize him. So when a new colleague comes in, you can say, oh, there's John. Yeah, he's been crowned as the office joker. It just means he's been named. That's all. Okay, let's go through this news story about London. I'm just going to read it for you. It says, London has been crowned the UK's worst party town thanks to high prices and a lack of venues. But Brighton, with 19.3 pubs, bars and clubs for every 10,000 people, has been crowned the UK's best party town. The seaside town has almost double London's 11 venues for every 10,000 people. So London has 11 venues per 10,000 people. Brighton has just over 19 for every 10,000 people. That seems very surprising, to be honest. Then it says Newcastle has been crowned the third best place for party animals. That's how we refer to people who like parties, followed by Doncaster, Chester, and Aberdeen. Bonus Finder, who did the research, said London, Bristol, and Belfast all come at the bottom. Oh dear, that's not very good, is it? So, yeah, that's not a very nice crowning moment for London. And apparently, big city parties are now known for being very dull. Right, another thing in our media today, speaking of crowns, is about our royals. And I'm going to read this story for you as well. It says, pieces of 3 royal wedding cakes are going to be auctioned, going under the hammer. You'll remember that phrase from a few months ago. It simply means to be auctioned, under the hammer. These 3 royal wedding cakes, they come from the big wedding days of Prince Charles and Diana in 1981, Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson in 1986, and Princess Anne and Captain Mark Phillips in 1973. Daniel Smith of Mellors and Kirk Auctioneers in Nottingham said, the boxes are fresh, but about the cakes, they're a little bit smelly. Ooh. Yeah, so they're being sold off this week. Just to give you just a few more examples on this, I know that Scottish people are often crowned the worst dressed people in the UK. Amongst my friends, I've been crowned the hardest working because I always seem to be doing something. These are just a few other examples of to be crowned and how you can use it. There's another story here which is all about a historic pub which was once crowned one of the most interesting pubs in the UK, which looks like it will be closing. Let's just read through this article. It says, a historic pub once taken over for Battle of Britain pilots may be under threat, locals fear. When you take something over, you take control of it. For example, if your company's taken over, then it has a new owner, and you can expect changes. A historic pub once taken over for Battle of Britain pilots may be under threat, locals fear. It doesn't say who it was taken over by, but I'm guessing it was the government. A historic pub once taken over for Battle of Britain pilots may be under threat. It says here the Wattenden Arms. It was taken over during World War II by the government, it seems. It's full of Battle of Britain memorabilia, and the pub still has the Royal Air Force flag flying outside it, but the manager's leaving, and locals are concerned whether a new person can be found to take over the pub. There's a magazine called The Good Pub Guide, and it's saying the situation is rather alarming. But a source close to the owners has said, just to be clear, this pub is closing because it needs a new tenant. So the venue is not actually at risk. It's not closing for any other reason. It just needs a new landlord to take it over. There we are. So that's quite interesting, isn't it? About the pub. I don't know why, but I suppose a lot of our pubs are associated with nationalism. I never thought about that before. Here, you can't really fly a British flag. It would be considered rude or upsetting in case you upset your neighbours. But pubs, because they are, well, very, very British, I suppose, pubs are very much a British institution. Yes, some of them would fly flags, or in this case, the Royal Air Force flag. They would be very, very British. I mean, I've never seen a flag flying in a pub here, but generally speaking, the people who drink in pubs, of course, many of them are Anglo-Saxon white English people, despite the fact that we have a real mix of people in our society. So they would be more kind of nationalistic than anywhere else, I suppose, depending on where they are and who actually drinks in them. But very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. That's all I wanted to tell you today. There's no transcript because I'm on my way out. This is Sunday. I'm going to enjoy the day, especially since the weather is very, very nice. So, summer is the time when we welcome in good weather, and we can say May, June, July, and August are crowned the best months of the year, the best months of the year with regards to weather. There we are. See you all soon. Bye.